We're ready to do the job now. Remember, the reason we're here today is because this bumper is cracked. I think it was involved in some kind of rear end accident, and they just put it back together. I didn't have a very big problem with it, but I wanted to at least address it, so I managed to find this bumper here on eBay, pretty cheap. It's a JDM bumper, so it came from one of the Fugas, Nissan Fuga. So that's how they pronounce it, right? Anyway, I'm here to talk about what it takes, the steps in removing your bumper cover. One, remove your taillights. Alright, once you remove your taillights, you'll get access to these two over here. Alright, then you're going to remove these two. They're right under the taillights. Cool. Remove the inner covers of your inner trim pieces inside your trunk. You'll get to this, and this one here. Okay, so inside you got 1, 2, and 3. This one here you attack from underneath, so you're going to need to remove your wheel to get to this one here. These two, you get to them through, well, the bottom of the car, so jack your car up for that, gives you access to it. Then you've got these two, again, jack your car up and you get those. So that's all it takes, really. That's all you need to remove to get to your bumper cover. And when you buy a bumper, make sure you've got not just holes over here, you actually have these threaded, the female threaded receptors. And the reason is this is a metal, it's a piece of metal, and that's what you screw down into. So if you bought a bumper cover and it did not have this metal frame over here, this one here, you will not have anything. Once you send your bolts down, they're not going to have anything to hold on to, and it could be a little bit of a pain to try and hold all this, using just nuts. So just make sure whenever you buy a bumper, it has these. So that's a preview. As of now, I'm gonna go ahead and get straight to work. Jack the car up. I'm gonna jack it up, loosen the wheels, jack it up, and secure it. Then, yeah, get on with the job. And there you go. Here's your tail light. And with your tail light out, as you can see here, the 4 holes that I was talking about, you can access these. Right, 1, 2, the ones I was talking about on the other bumper, right? Okay, so 1, 2 out. I'm gonna do the same on this other side. Then we'll get to removing this thing out of the way. Now that the tail lights have been removed, I'm ready to remove the bumper, really, the bumper cover. But what I'm going to do is deal with the outside first, right here. Got some lights. So here, this is the mud flap. At least in mine, I do have a set of mud flaps. So what I'm going to do is remove this one. So I'm pretty much ready to remove the bumper cover, right? But I'm not going to mess with the top side first. I'm going to deal with the bottom side, so that once, if I remove the top, the thing might just fall off and hang off the fasteners at the bottom. I'd rather deal with the bottom, then I can remove the fasteners at the top and just remove it. You've got these. These are 8mm bolts right here, screws, and you could also use a Phillips head. On this side, right, I've removed the 2 screws for the mud flap, right, for the front of the mud flap. Underneath, you had this one here, which is a 10mm screw that went here, right? The rearmost hole, okay? Remove that. Second, there's another one here. This one here is actually just a push clip. So here, that's your second hole, right? So once you remove that, you have to remove the mud flap pretty much for the rear bumper to come off, right? So once you remove the mud flap completely, right? And there are the 3 holes, 2 of the on the side, 1 at the bottom, right? Once you remove that, you'll be able to see this one here. That's the 10mm. There you have it. And that does it for the bottom. Now this thing is free. Well, of course I have to get this side as well. But like as I said, it's pretty accessible. Just peel the fender lining back and you have it right there. Okay, here you go. So first mud flap taken off. Then let's go underneath here. So as I said, here's the first one. You want to remove this one here. You want to remove this one here as well, right? You have 2. Those are 10mm. You could use a Phillips head. One. 2. So they're not very long, as you can see, right? So that's it for the bottom, really. These are the crucial ones. And if this one had been there, you know, if I wasn't dealing with the mud flap, depending on what you're trying to do, but basically get this one down here under at the bottom of the mud flap, get this one here, and there's one more on this side. Okay, so get here. See this one here at the end of it? That's another 10mm. All right, to pull this back, depending on what tool you have at your disposal. Get that before it goes to, before I run over it. Okay, cool. So this side is, from the bottom at least, it's pretty much done. The other fasteners you want to get are usually under here. One is here. Well, it's supposed to be there. The other one is supposed to be here. These ones are not here, so as you can see, the bumper cover is pretty much loose. Now, what's next is to go inside the car, inside the trunk. Oh, this one back on. And now you have 3 of them to get to, right? 1, 2, and 3. 3 is right here. You probably can't see the head of it, but you can see the stud poking out. This one right here, that stud, that comes from this other side. See it moving? And there's the third one, right? You want to do the same on the other side. Then we'll remove these 2 push clips. Well, a total of 4. Then the bumper will be coming out, okay? So what we're going to do is now come here, come to the top, remove this. The bumper cover is ready to be removed. I'm going to put the phone on a tripod so I can record this. The only thing that's missing here is the other clip. There's supposed to be 2 yellows over here, right? And these, oh well, that's broken too. Great. This one's still there. It's a clip that goes all the other way back, right? And those are supposed to, oh great, here, these are still there, so that's nice. At least I have those. I have 1, you know, out of 4. Well, I've got 2 out of 4. So what happens is I'll just push these on there and it's going to be that easy. Pretty much the job does itself. I mean, the bumper cover job is not that extensive. It's the only headache for me, at least, is going to be these. And as I said, I have to modify these to allow my bumper to work here, just because the opening is not large enough. Look at this bracket here. This is the one that holds the rearmost part of the bumper with the 10mm screw. Then the other one just goes onto the fender lining. Can you see that? Yeah, so at this point, installation is the reversive removal. And good luck. There's really nothing else I can tell you. By the way, bonus material. While we're here, this flap over here, this is the end of the sunroof drain tube. This tube right here, this is the sunroof drain tube. And it comes over here. And then you've got this thing over here. Is it removable? That's where you snake it. You know? Cool. So the bumper project is over. I apologize, I skipped a lot of steps, but like I said, installation is a reversive removal. So here it is, new bumper on, old bumper sitting on the ground. People with a keen eye will notice that it looks a little different, right? Just a little bit. So I'm going to talk about this in a follow-up video, and the video is going to be explaining why this bumper is different, why my exhaust tips are out. Okay,